All right. This is Hisham back again with another segment of How Crazy Are We? And I've got with me on the phone the one and only Russel Peters. How you doing?
What's up, Hisham?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm great. I'm in Jordan at the moment.
You are in Jordan at the moment. You are doing an entire world tour, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
These are my last dates of the 2021. Though.
Oh, yeah. So are you excited about coming down to Egypt or what?
I've been wanting to come to Egypt for I don't know how many years now. We've been trying to get over there. I think for the past 15 years I've been wanting to go to Egypt.
Awesome.
And I believe Egypt wanted me there, but for whatever reasons it never happened. But now it's happening and I'm excited.
They did want you, and they do want you, and you are coming down on the 17th and the 18th, I believe, correct?
You bet you're behind.
Dude, I'll be in the audience. I hope to see you there. Hopefully. Yeah.
I'll be on the stage.
All right.
Just look up.
Oh, wow. Fancy schmancy. Yo, Russel, I did a little bit of research, to find out all sorts of information about you. And surprise, Brampton, Ontario is where you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Guelph.
That's nothing to brag about.
Nothing at all. Well, my family lived in Guelph. I went to visit them after graduation. I'm actually from the East Coast, from Halifax. But, that's also nothing to brag about as well.
Wait, Egyptian? Are you Egyptian as well?
Yes. Originally Egyptian, but I grew up most of my life in Canada. And I was so happy to know that you're coming down. And I got super psyched when I found out that I'm the one interviewing you from NileFM. So it was pretty special. And,
at least this way I know you understand me. So that's great.
So what's going on with this whole tour? I mean, it's going to be done with, I believe, our productions and El Hizb Comedy are the ones that teamed up to make this thing called Make Some Noise. And they are the ones that approached you, correct?
Yeah, well, they approached my team and then my team brings it to me.
Okay.
Say, yes.
All right. So, why Egypt? What made you think that, it's time for me to, it was a lifelong dream that you wanted to come down and visit the nation of the Great Pyramids, but why did you want to bring your show down here for the world tour? What brought that into action?
Well, your question is going to be much longer than my answer, but
I'm sorry, man. I'm super psyched that I'm talking to you.
I've been wanting to go to Egypt for years, and I know they wanted me for years, and now that we can make it happen, why would I not go?
All right.
Reason to not go to Egypt?
No reason. It's a beautiful country, and we're glad to have you. All right, so tell me a little bit about the act with no spoilers. No spoilers. Act Your Age. That's the name of your new special that's doing the whole world tour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's about being a 51-year-old man and struggling with still being highly immature, but also old enough to be set in his ways to have to deal with cancel culture and not be a slave to it.
Okay, let's bring it back a little bit. Where did it all start? Take me through your first steps into following this career or starting this career.
Well, you want to go back 32 years ago because that's when it started.
Yeah, around 1989 when you first started in Toronto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I mean, what?
I was a 19-year-old kid. I had no clue what I was doing, what I was getting into, what was going to happen, but it all happened.
Okay, and the big difference between now and then, when you first started, it was super difficult. Was it super difficult? Were your parents telling you, no, you should get a job as a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or something like that? Or
no, my parents were never like that.
Okay. So they were supportive.
I think I talked about that on my Almost Famous special.
Okay.
My family was very working class, blue collar, so we didn't have the money. Even if I could go to college, I wouldn't have been able to go.
All right.
And they knew I wasn't that bright, so they were like, "Well, you're not going to go to college. I didn't waste our money on that." I guess this is the path that was carved out for me, and I just happen to follow it.
For sure. Okay, so my next question is, who were your idols growing up? Your comic idols? Who did you look up to?
George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Don Rickles, Bob Newhart, Cheech and Chong, Steve Martin.
Oh wow, all the veterans, definitely. These are some of the people that I kind of listened to when I was in Canada as well. When I first started listening to stand-up comedy, I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy, and yeah, I'm so psyched that you're coming, man. Seriously. All right. So, are you the only funny bone in your family? Is it hereditary? Do you have any other naturally funny human beings in your family?
Yeah, my whole family, my mom, my dad, my brother, they're all funny in their own individual way.
Okay.
I'm just the one. I'm the consolidation. I'm the amalgamation of all of them.
All right. Well, speaking of your brother, I heard that you were big time into like hip hop culture and hip hop music, and you DJ'd, and he was your manager. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, has nothing to do with my brother, but I'll tell you.
Oh, the internet fooled me.
I started DJing in 1985.
Okay.
I still DJ to this day.
Wow.
And as far as hip hop culture goes, I mean, that's what gave me an identity in the early '80s. You know, to give me an attitude, give me a way to walk, give me a way to dress, give me a way to talk.
For sure.
Gave me an identity. You know, so I owe a lot to hip hop culture. And then I executive produced a hip hop documentary series that's on Netflix called Hip Hop Evolution. There's 4 seasons of it, so you can watch that if you want.
Definitely will. You're the first comedian that gets like a special on Netflix.
I was the first guy. I started it.
Yeah. Got that in some of the research that I've done on you before doing this interview, man. But
there you go.
What was it like in school before this all started? Like growing up in Canada, I mean, when I was living there, a lot of people, could not guess what my nationality was. They always thought that I was from different countries. Did people do the same with you? I mean,
no,
not at all.
See, the difference is you were in Halifax,
okay,
where it's just black or white.
Absolutely.
And if they were black, they were from North Preston. Yeah. Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, North Preston. Wow. Okay.
And in Brampton in the 70s and 80s, it was black and white as well, and we were one of the only Indian families there. And then now it's 97% Indian in Brampton, ironically.
Yeah.
No, they had no trouble deciphering what I was because I was racially abused by it on a daily basis. So I was constantly reminded that I was Indian.
Okay. Regarding the whole bullying situation, what did comedy do something to maybe turn into like a channel to create a little bit of awareness regarding bullying? Did you use it as like a defense mechanism?
It was a defense mechanism, but it was never my mission when I started doing comedy to raise awareness about it. It was just, that's the way my brain was programmed from a very young age, and so that's the path I followed. And
all right,
in a weird time now where people will watch an old video of me and be like, "This is bullying." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you got these people who aren't familiar with me or what I do, and they'll try and tell me what I'm doing, and I'm like, "No, you don't. You're not paying attention. Get out of here."
That is absolutely true. All right, so I know that you're not in Egypt yet, but when you do come down to Egypt, and I do see you at the show, hopefully I'll be able to ask you this one question: are people mistaking you for being an Egyptian? I already know the answer, dude. I already know the answer.
I won't know until I get there. I don't think they will.
They won't. They won't. Okay.
No.
Okay. We'll
very specific hair.
We'll do a little bet and we'll see what's going on with that. But seriously though, I mean,
I think they'll think they might think I'm Arab, but they won't think I'm Egyptian.
Okay.
They might think I'm from Yemen or something.
Maybe. All right. So when it comes down to material,
but I'll tell you what, they'll think I'm from Yemen because I grew up with Jamaicans, and I always say Yemen.
All right, good one. Okay, so regarding the material, do you come up with ideas on the spot? Are you like is it like an improv kind of thing, or do you have to observe a lot of situations in day-to-day interactions so that you can be inspired and get some material out of that?
I mean, I have my act, obviously, but I do like to talk to the audience, and I do like to go around and see all the local things and see. I go to regular places. I like to go to like where the people actually go. Like today I'm in Jordan, and I asked the driver to take me around, and he took me to like some touristy places. I go, I don't want to go to that. I want to go to the downtown market where everybody local is hanging out. That's where you see the real things, and that's where you find out about the real people.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't want the surface. I want below the surface.
Nice. Well, you'll definitely get the chance to do that if you ask any, like your team members, your whole crew over there, whoever they're dealing with the organizers here in Egypt, they'll definitely set that up for you, no problem. You'll be able to experience the local life in Cairo. All right, do you have any sort of advice for anybody who wants to start a career in comedy, stand-up comedy?
I always say, don't do it if you think you're going to make money.
Oh,
You're
okay.
in the wrong business if you think you're going to make money.
All
I
right.
got lucky. Let's not get it twisted. I got very, very lucky. But I did it, whether I made it or not, I would still be doing it. It's just the only thing I know how to do. It's the only thing that I feel right doing. So do it because it's calling you, not because you're calling it.
All right. All right. So does that mean that when you first started off, it wasn't something that can pay your bills if you're doing it full time?
Oh, hell no. No. No, I definitely, you listen, you got to be prepared to be broke for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's similar with probably like, struggling musicians or upcoming musicians. It's like performing arts in general is very, very tough to get into. You're absolutely right about the luck part or the luck aspect. I mean, God bless you. That's awesome for you. You did an awesome job, and you're out there, and you're one of the first people, from that area in the world to become like the first stepping stone into that. You inspired a lot of non-North Americans to go for that. So that was.
Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't a goal of mine or anything. I just happened to be the first one.
Nice.
Again, at the time when I started, it wasn't like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the first one to do this. It didn't even occur to me. I was just like, I think I'm just going to do comedy. I'm a fan of comedy. I make people laugh. Let's see what happens. Like, that's literally how it happened. I think that's what makes it kind of a beautiful story because it was organic.
Nice. Since we're just doing this over the phone, you still didn't get a chance to see who I am. I had this weird question in my head that I wanted to ask you whenever I see you or whenever I meet you or speak to you, and is basically related to the name of your act. Okay. After having this little short interview, do you think that Hisham, do I act my age? No.
I don't know what your age is.
I'm like, I'm 9 years younger than you. So yeah, something like that.
I guess you might be acting your age. I don't know.
I'm not, man. I'm not. I'm not.
What are we supposed to act like? That's the difference. If you balance it against your parents, we're definitely not acting our age.
Definitely.
I look at pictures of my mom when she was my age, and my mom just turned 80 last week, and she looks the same at 80 as she did at 51. So
God bless her. God bless her.
So
Wow.
my mom either looks like trash at 51 or looks amazing at 80. You gotta decide which way that goes.
Wow. All right. Well, the thing is that I have a lot of stand-up comedy friends that are trying to work their way into the industry here in Egypt. And meeting them and knowing them in person is bringing back this statement about most comedians that their actual lives are full of hardships and sadness. And I find it a little ironic. Don't you think?
Well, I think that's just a weird way people try to flip it. Oh, look at all the sadness. Yeah, there's sadness, but it's like I was born, I'm innately a happy person. So if there is hardships and things going wrong in my life, it's probably stuff that I caused. It's not like real. You know what I mean? Like it's real to a certain degree, but your essence is what you are. My essence has always been happy and joyful. So even, when things are going wrong for me in my personal life or what have you, I still have the ability to make fun of it.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's funny though. I mean, the whole ironic part about it is that people try to, like you said, they try to flip the coin. But, if you think about it, we're just human. We will have sad moments and happy moments in our lives. It doesn't mean that, a comedian should not have some sadness in his or her life. It's really, really weird. All right. So.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous notion, but it's also same as somebody who writes really sad, slow songs. I'm pretty sure they're happy people when they're not writing those songs.
True enough. All right. So what else did you want to do when you come down to Egypt, other than, of course, the show and finding out what's going on locally, not just the touristy stuff? Are you going to do any touristy stuff?
Yeah, I have to. You can't go to Egypt and not go look at the pyramids and the Sphinx and stare at the Nile. And, you gotta do all those things, especially your first time there. I mean, if you've been there before, it's kind of like when I go to London, I don't go look at anything. I've been there enough times where I'm like, look, London. But Egypt, it's, this is Egypt. This is basically where humanity started.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a fantastic time. I really hope that you will. And also, I will do a little bit of a recommendation for you. Since, I don't know, global warming and, winter being delayed every single year, it's not that cold over here. So maybe after you're done with the show, if you can spare a couple of days and go to a resort-ish city govern it in Egypt, please do so. You will enjoy it to the max.
Well, that's good. I'll put that in my notes.
All right. Yo, Russell, I mean, is there anything you want to tell the Nile FM listeners right now?
Nile FM listeners, don't worry about Hisham. He's going to be fine. I'm going to have a great time when I'm there. And you're going to have a great time if you come to the show.
I will.
We've been waiting this long. Let's not wait any longer. December 17th and 18th. I'll be there. You'll be there. Starting from scratch, we'll be there from Toronto. Malik S is opening for me. It's going to be a great show, and you're going to love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Russell. This was an amazing interview, and I really, really look forward to the show.
Thanks, Hisham. You really knocked it out the park, kid.
All right, bro. You have a good night, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.